So people are still on holiday. I didn't have a good start to my day. I forgot my speaker. I noticed the radiator is not working, so it's a little bit chilly. I hope luckily it's not too cold in winter. We're not in winter yet, so perhaps we need to move a little bit more. But so hopefully you have brought another layer or so. So it's Friday, half term for some of us. I'm kind of mixing in a little bit of the Halloween vibe. So remain surprised, but we're also working with the PSOAS, which is the muscle of our soul. So the PSOAS, some of you have joined and know what it means. So the PSOAS actually is, it's one of the most important and most most important muscles, physically, spiritually, as well as emotionally. So it starts literally on your lower back and wraps around your spine, coming towards or connecting to your thighs. So it's the only muscle that really connects the torso with your legs. So it's involved in walking and any type of movement, and it can become quite tight. So in the olden days, when we used to be hunter and gatherers, when we had danger, we kind of just either fought or we just run away. So these days, we have another options, the freeze option. So when we're feeling anxious, the body tenses up, freezes in a way, and that also makes that muscle a little bit more tense. So back pain can actually originate or can be linked to the tightness in the psoas. So we will be releasing the psoas as well as strengthening the psoas today. So what are your energy levels in the room like? Just checking in as well. Good, fine, lovely. So some postures might be familiar, we have already done. Others might be specifically targeted to really release that muscle around kind of the front and also in the back. So I suggest we start standing because we're creating a little bit more heat. Oh, lovely. So beginning to warm up and then slowly bring movement into our bodies. So we're still doing breath awareness, but just in a way that is more related to movement. So bring your arms out to the sides, reach up. Inhale and exhale, bring the backs of your palms together and slowly bring the arms back down. Lovely, big arm circles, arms out, reach up. Inhale, exhale, backs of your palms meet and kind of moving the arms down alongside the body. A few more rounds. Inhale. Bring the oxygen all the way to the tops of your lungs. Exhale. So perhaps look at your arms as they're opening like a curtain. Maybe there's clouds and perhaps you just push those clouds away with your arms. Lovely. 3 more times. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Good. We're using our arms to warm up the shoulder. Lovely. Exhale, backs of your palms meet and bring your arms. And make a fist behind your back. Bring the fist or push the fist towards the earth, opening through the chest. So instead of lifting your head, lift the chest, lift the heart center. So perhaps keep your head more parallel, but you draw the chest, the heart center up. Lovely, 1 more breath as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And release your shoulders, release your hands, bring them back up. And then cross them over, give yourself a hug. You're holding onto your shoulders to your upper body. So just a bit of kind of hugging yourself, exploring, stretching the upper body. So without moving, without leaning too far forward. So just stay up high a little bit more. Moving to the left, you can reach your elbows up. Big arm set. So we are releasing those muscles around the upper back. Lovely. And then come back to stillness, back to standing. Reach the elbows up. And then open your arms wide. Big arm circle out towards the sides, behind your back. Make a fist. Lift your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And breathe into the front, into your chest, your heart center. One more breath. And release your arms once more. Bring them up. Cross the opposite arm on top. Give yourself a hug, chin towards your chest, and then kind of just round your back. Moving towards the left to the right. Lovely. Let's reaching the elbows up. Creating more room in the upper back. And then slowly moving your arms back up. Reaching the arms back up. And then bring them into cactus arms. Lift your chest once more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms as your elbows draw a little bit further down towards your rib cage. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Lovely. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Last one here. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, down. And keep your arms in cactus arms. Have your feet a little bit wider. And we're moving into just a gentle twist. So keeping the upper body quite upright. Lovely. So we are releasing some of the tension in the upper back. We're literally working our way down. Lovely. Two more, one more on each side. And then bring your arms back to stillness. Give them a bit of a shake. Good. Let your shoulders rock. So hands onto your thighs and then slowly allow yourself to fold forward. So without staying for too long, inhale, reach or slowly sliding your arms back up, uncurling your spine vertebra by vertebra. Rolling the shoulders back, taking your head back. Chin towards your chest, rolling down. So explore, maybe the hamstrings begin slowly to release. Inhale, reach your arm, breathe slowly, curling back up. Good, shoulders roll back, shoulders roll forward. Make your way down again. Stay for 2 breaths. One inhale, one exhale is 1 breath. Slowly, when you're ready, roll back up. So remember, lower back, mid back, upper back. Rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest. One more time, rolling the shoulders forward, chin towards your chest, sliding down. Stay once more for 2 breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale out through your nose or out through your mouth. Slowly roll back up to standing. Good, and then roll the shoulders back. Take a moment to notice, maybe there's blood pressure, a little bit noticeable. So we're moving our left elbow towards our right knee and then change sides. So bringing just a little movement in. So avoid the temptation to curl forward. So keeping the body upright so your leg makes more of an effort being lifted. Good. So you can do it faster, you can do it slower if you want. You can even come into a little bit of a squat and then come back up. So it's just a little way of bringing heat into the body, strengthening. Good. So find your own little rhythm. You can always come a little bit more standing. Works your glutes. Good. Lovely. And then from a little bit faster, slow it down. Notice the difference. So it's kind of that reconnection back to our sloth lifestyle from last week. Good. And then keeping kind of that rocking motion, moving left and right, just moving our feet, bring the arm up, bit of a side stretch, come down. Good. So we are also stretching here already the psoas. Good. So you can just have a little bit of a dip, or you can have a deeper squat. Good. Lovely. One more on each side. Bring that length into the body. And the next time you come over to one side, stay for 1 or 2 breaths. So we are lengthening, we're reaching through the 10 fingertips. Notice your breath. Bring your arm back down. Bit of a squat, second side. Hold for a little bit longer. So you're literally stretching from the big toe all the way to your tiny little finger. Good. One more breath. And then coming back to center. So taking your feet, or keeping them almost as wide as your mat, hands onto your hips, bend your knees, shifting the bottom back, and lean forward. So imagine you're in a bat posture, you're like a bat. Those Halloween bats. So take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Lovely, warming up through the backs of your thighs. And then slowly bend your knees and come back up to standing. Good. Give your legs a little bit of a shuffle. So moving also to our feet. So just a little bit of kind of rocking. You can bring in your arms as well. Lovely, one hip rocks, good. You have your own little boogie. You lean forward. Just bring on your feet, good. Like these boots are made for walking. Lovely. Good. So, and then bring that alternate movement back to stillness. And just come to the balls of your feet. And then slowly bring your heels down. Come to the balls of your feet. You can bring in your arms in too. Lower your heels down. So find your own little rhythm, bit of balance. Heels down. Inhale. You can bring your arms up all the way. If it works with balance, it works with your breath. Inhale, lift. So we're strengthening for our feet, for our calves. Inhale, reach up. Lovely, exhale down. Good. Find your rhythm, focusing on the breath and movement connection. 2 more. Lovely. Down. Give your feet a bit of a shake. Feet once more. Probably as wide as your mat. Bring your arms up. Hold on either to elbows, wrists, or something in between. So we're lifting up. And then keep that length on one side and lean over towards it. Root your feet into the earth. Breathe into that side stretch. Engage your abdominals as you come back up to standing. Bring your arms out. Give a bit of a shake. Shoulders as well. Shoulder locks, good. Arms up again. You can this time change the gripping, which might feel a little bit strange. So once you hold it, lengthen and lean over towards the second side. Root for your feet as you lengthen. One more breath. Bring your arms up again. Release your hands. Begin to kind of fold forward, leading with your chest, bottom reaches back, with like a swan dive. Hands onto your shins or thighs, and just allow the upper body to soften down. Stay for 3 long, deep breaths. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling either out through your nose or through your mouth. One more breath. And then slowly kind of walk your hands up your shins, your thighs as you come back up to standing. Good. I think we're warm. So bringing in a little bit of a Halloweeny type of flavor. So similar to what we did last time when I just showed you certain shapes. So again, use your own imagination how you want to express that posture. Squat like a zombie. Squat like a zombie. Love those zombie squats. Good. Perfect. Next one. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's your interpretation. Ride a broom. Ride a broom. Good. Even can sway a little bit, flying through the air. Ride a broom. Good. I'll leave that for a little bit later. Walk like Frankenstein. Walk like Frankenstein. So you can use your yoga mat up and down or across your room. Good. Walk your feet. Good. Perfect. Next one. Next one. Shake like a skeleton. Shake like a skeleton. So shake it all out. Arms, legs, any shakes. So shake like a skeleton. Oh, yeah, good. Shake like a skeleton. So we're bringing, well, before we did, fly like a ghost. Fly like a ghost. Can make noises as well. Good. So we're slowly kind of coming down towards the earth. Well, you could crawl like a spider. Crawl like a spider. So we are all warmed up enough. Crawl like a spider. You can go up and down. You can even just any movement. So crawl, make it accessible to you. Lovely. Good. And last one here. Maybe we leave this for later. Roll like a pumpkin. Roll like a pumpkin. So we can transition onto the floor. Let's all come to the floor. You roll like a pumpkin in whichever way this is. So you can do it on your back, on your front. Roll like a pumpkin. I think those are at home. Yeah, those are at home who kind of just use the full length of the lounge of the living room. Good. Perfect. So lovely. Come into seated position, you pumpkins. Good. So have your knees bent, please, and your arms behind you. So hands can be in any position. So it's also everyone has a different interpretation of crawl like a spider. So you can even walk with like a spider, once more up and down your mat. Again, you lift your bottom of your mat. You can always shuffle like a spider as well. So that creates also strength in your arms, in your core. So crawl like a spider. Good. And then find that stillness. Have your feet out in front of your knees bent. I'm just moving back a little bit. Opening up, warming up the upper body. So bring your right hand or your left hand. No, I'm not mirroring. So right hand against your right thigh. So you have those opposite forces. Palms are on top of each other. And as you inhale, cross your arm up across your chest, over and behind you. It's a bit of a twist and stretch. Exhale, bring your palm down. So twice more, inhale. Slide that arm across, open. And then bring it forward. Last one here, opening. And closing. So change sides. Have those opposite forces. Right palm against your left palm. Slide it across. All the way behind you. And then bring it down and exhale. Twice more, open. And close. Good. Last one here, opening. And closing. Let your upper body just kind of hang here, releasing your head, the upper back. And stay for 2 breaths, 2 deep breaths. So 1 inhale, 1 exhale. And then sliding back up to your seat. Bring your hands behind you and wind swing wipe your legs. Take the upper body in the opposite direction. So we are internally rotating one knee joint, hip joint, and then externally rotating the opposite. So that in itself causes a slight stretch across the front body. So you can include your arms, maybe a little bit of a twist through your spine. Bring your arm down, changing sides. So you're kind of looking over your opposite shoulder. Bring the arm up and across. Good. One more on each side. And then finding that stillness again. So your knees are in front of you. So and also for that muscle, it helps strengthening that muscle in both poses. So walk your feet, so you hold on to the backs of your thighs as you lean back. So finding the balancing posture on your tailbone. Perhaps lift one toe off the floor, maybe lift the opposite toe. Keep your chest lifted, so avoid slumping together with like a pumpkin. So lift your chest and breathe. If you want, begin to pedal your feet, so like waving with your lower legs. Good. At any point you can come down, release something. So creating that strength, you can find stillness. Maybe one hand, perhaps you lean back. So find a way and continue breathing as well. Good, creating fire in our bellies, literally. Perhaps you're pedaling. Heavy. So make it fun as well, make it accessible. Breathe. Good. Once more, creating heat. If you pedal backwards. Good core strength. Lovely. And then eventually, just soften here. Kind of child's pose seated. Allow your upper body to release over your thighs, over your knees. 2 deep breaths into the belly area. Lovely. And then slowly rise back up. So from here, you can turn, or we are facing the long edge of our mat. So move just slowly into tabletop. We are using it as a transitioning posture up into downward dog. So maybe a little bit of a wiggle through your spine, through your rib cage. So find a bit of free movement to perhaps just clear up any tension you might be having on your upper back, your mid back and lower back, allowing your neck, your head to release, to soften. So maybe a little bit of bottom reaches back, so you're moving the tailbone back towards your heels. So find that softness. Hip to curl your toes under as you shift your bottom back and lift your knees up towards the ceiling. Pedal your feet. So you're warming up through your calves, through the backs of your thighs. So it could also be werewolf position, wolf position. You might even want to howl like a wolf, a werewolf. So from here, begin to walk your hands towards your feet. And literally, look like a zombie, really slowly come up to standing. Bring the arms up. Good. And then roll the shoulders. So we are moving a little bit further up and down. So one thing for that specific muscle, for the psoas, We're probably doing it a little bit later, so to have a bit more warm up in downward dog. So when you're in downward dog, one option is to lift one leg up, bend your knee, and then open that hip. So you might feel it stretch around the that hip bone. So it's a bending, as if, or imagine you're a dog who's weeing against the lamppost. It might help just to bring that visualization home. So do one normal downward dog first, then come back up to standing. You can even do that zombie posture. Like if you have your knees bent, like your arms up. So be creative. It's Halloween only once a year. So rolling down, have your feet a bit wider, kind of a bit like a pumpkin. Curling down, rolling down. Bring your hands onto the floor. Kind of werewolf as you hand your feet, warming up, perhaps shifting your hips, your tailbone from side to side. Perhaps say yes and no with your head. So you're just shaking out your neck, shaking out your head. Then walk your hands once more back towards your feet. Do it very slowly. Have your knees generously bend, your arms really hang here. And then use that imagination like a zombie. Your arms really come up as you get to the top. I mean, even into cactus arms. Lovely. So optional here for downward dog, you can lift that leg. You can do both sides. Lift, bend your knee, open that hip, so it's a bit stronger on both arms. Keep ideally the weight distribution equally through both hands. We bring the leg down, bend, open, maybe. So just visualizing what you're doing. Lovely. So walk your hands down, curling down, and then find that. So visualize both legs. So it's all about the back. And whenever you feel ready, come back out, walk your hands back, and just walk back like a zombie coming back and out. Good. Lovely. Good. Take time coming up, especially with blood pressure sometimes being a little bit unpredictable. So now the 31st is not just Halloween, but it's also Magic Day. So we can do a little bit of magic for our bodies. Yoga in itself is magic anyway, because it works the body in very different ways. Some of you may have done it, the floating arm. You need a wall space or a wardrobe space. So I'm going to talk you through it. If you see a wall or a wardrobe space, stand with your hand. So here's the wall. So just the back of your palm presses against that wall space. Probably just turn here. No, it's not much. So you have probably a little bit good distance between your body, your arm, and the wall. So, no, I'm having a class, sorry. Sorry? I'm doing a class, sorry. Just need to know the kitchen. No. So from here, press just the palm, just the back of your palm against the wall. So begin pressing that palm against the wall and continue to breathe. Breathe. So as if you want to push that wall or the wardrobe away from you. Continue to apply those forces. Breathe. Lovely. One more or two more breaths. Bit of force against the wall, against the palm. And then step away from the wall and just let the arm naturally, magically float up. So you didn't do anything. It feels weird. It's just like you're looking at your arm just floats up. Give it a bit of a shake. So it could be the new party trick. Do the opposite side as well, so we even it out. Turn around on your wall or wardrobe space. And whenever you're ready, press the back of your palm against the wall. But continue to breathe. So you're just pressing, holding. So you might feel maybe sensation in your upper back, in your shoulder. A couple of deep breaths. So you could potentially hold it 30 seconds to 1 minute with that continuous contraction. Lovely. 3, 2, 1, and then step away from the wall and just watch the arm just magically floating out. So there's madness behind. Lovely. So shake it out. There's madness behind, or there's logic behind that madness. So it's that contraction. I think the muscles, they remain tense, that memory is saved, and when we step away, where it's seemingly relaxed, then the arm just floats up. So good. Magic day. From the back of your mat, please. Step forward with your right foot. Have both feet pointing in the same direction. And begin to bend your front knee. So let's start with keeping the heel towards the earth first. That gives you a nice calf stretch. So just the front knee bends as you shift your weight forwards and backwards, creating hopefully a welcome sensation for the back of your left calf. Lovely. So that strengthens also your knee. Keep the distance in a way where it's accessible. Lovely. So perhaps find that stillness as you hold here. So as the back heel is on the floor, bring that left arm up and over. The right hand rests on your right hip. Lean over towards the right side. So we are lengthening here. Coming back to center, bring that arm all the way down, that big arm circle. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lean towards that right side. Good. Coming back down. Big arm circle. Last one here. Perhaps hold for a little bit longer. Perhaps intentionally shift that left hip just a little bit further forward. Good. Coming back to center. Come onto the back of lift up onto the ball of your left foot. So almost similar movement. Bring your hands onto your pelvis. One hand forward, one hand back. And kind of imagine you're doing a bit that Michael Jackson thrust. I think that's the best way to describe it. So we are anteriorly and posteriorly tilting the pelvis. So as you probably tuck your tailbone under, flatten it, you might feel more of a sensation here. As you release, it's a little bit more gone. So that movement, notice how that muscle, the left hip flexor responds. The next time you bring your pelvis forward, hold that posture here, bend your right knee, and bring your left heel back, keeping your left leg straight. Bring your left arm up and over, still hold that movement, and lean over to your right side. Coming back to center, big arm, or the arm comes down. Bringing the arm up again, lengthening, and over to your right side. Lovely. Last one here. Bring the arm down. Good. All the way up. So it's balance here as well. Hold for 2 more breaths. Bring your arm down. Slowly transition the weight forward. Lean your body forward. And then bring your hands onto the floor and step into downward dog. So you might want to have your feet. So you may want to open that hip again, kind of the dog that rests against the lamppost. So you open that hip, you're literally tilting the hip open. Lovely. And then bring both feet down, bring your knees down, resting in child's pose. So a couple of deep breaths. Maybe notice how the breath flows into the lower abdominal area, lengthening from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. You can shift your bottom all the way down towards your heels unless there's compression in your knees. Lovely, one more breath. Make your way back up into tabletop and shift your all the way up into downward dog. So you can get a bit of free movement. So if you wish, just pedaling your feet, perhaps just lifting one leg up. So you start with that straight leg first, bend your knee, and then turn your hip open to the side. Lovely. That allows us to build strength in the upper body as well. And then begin to walk your hands towards your feet. So we're coming up to standing. And you uncurl and roll the spine. Lovely. So second side, step your left foot forward and your right foot back. Find the stance again, where the back heel, the right heel remains on the floor. So if it lifts up, perhaps step the foot in a little bit. So bending through your front knee as we seek that length through the right leg. Good. Good. Keeping the right knee long, straight. So then find that stillness as you keep the front knee bent and your right leg, the right heel connected to the earth. Bring your right arm up, your left hand can rest on your left thigh. And then lean over towards your left side. Coming back down, arm down, all the way towards the earth. Good. And then reaching. So it's that lengthening, lovely, coming back down. So one more time, more dynamic, coming back down. So the next time you bring your arm up and over, stay for 2 deep breaths. So breathing into the side body, into the right side. Lovely. And then bring your arm down. So from here, lift the back heel off the floor. So you're literally balancing on your right, or on the right foot, and just find your setup for the pelvis again. So that movement where you tilt the pelvis forward and backward, so that Michael Jackson thrust again. And tune into those sensations where the muscles attach around your pelvis. So the moment you bring the pelvis forward, you may experience a deeper sensation here. So that's the muscle connecting down. Good. So then find your posture where your pelvis tilts forward. So like your tailbone tucks under. Bend your front knee. Keep that sensation. And once more, right arm reaches up and over. All the way down, big arm circle. Lovely, twice more. Keeping the balance here too. Bring it down. Last one here, bring it up. And down. So then one more time, stay for a little bit longer in it. So breathe into that sensation, into that stretch. And bring your arm down. Slowly transition as you move forward. Bring your hands down and stay. step into downward dog. You can also come straight into resting child's pose. So we eventually meet there anyway. So listen to your body, your energy levels, and always adjust. So you may want to come into wean dog if you're still up in the air. And then finally make your way down into child's pose. So softening. You can curl together like a little ball, rounding through your spine. So deep belly breaths. Breathing in and slowly, fully breathing out. Two more breaths. And then find your way into tabletop and release onto the earth, coming into Sphinx posture. So your arms, your forearms are on the floor. So you're lifting up a little bit higher. So your shoulders are, or your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Or a little bit further forward. So we're coming to very gentle and into a back bend. So drop the upper body down as if you want to rest on the earth, and then push into your forearms as you lift up again into Sphinx, leaving your chest. So kind of lower, your shoulders release. Kind of looking what's going on in you. Facing down last, and then lower. And then lift. Keep that move, or keep that upper body, bend both knees. And circle your lower legs. So stretching through the psoas as it's connecting to the body. Bring both legs down and also the upper body down. Make it cushy, softening, relaxing, wiggling through your lower back. So deep belly breaths. So on the next inhale, rise back up, lifting the left leg off the floor, bring the right arm forward. So you're supporting yourself with your left forearm on the floor. Exhale, come down. Change sides. Inhale, right leg lifts, left arm reaches forward. Come back down. So a couple of rounds here, alternating. Exhale, down. Lovely. So we are lengthening, cross pattern, creating that strength for the lower back. Lovely. So if you wish, you can always hold that posture a little bit longer. You're seeking length from toe to your fingertips. And continue breathing if you hold. Exhale at any point, come down. So perhaps one more on each side so it's evenly balanced. Good. And then soften back onto the earth. Keep your forehead supported on your palms. Bend both knees and let your legs either windscreen wide or just circle your lower legs as if you're kind of lying on the beach, just softening for the lower back, for the back body. Good. And then bring that movement to stillness as well. Take a moment just to center, to check in with yourself, to any sensations in your thighs, in your back, in your waist. Deep belly breaths. So maybe you might be feeling a bit of tingling, so that your legs can be stretched out on the floor, so there's no holding. So let the legs soften, let the tops of your feet soften into the earth. So breathe into your belly, but send that breath into your lower back. So imagine there's a small weight on your lower back. So you want to lift that weight off your lower back. So it's visualizing having that 3D breath. So it helps bring that spaciousness into the body, softening the muscles. 2 more breaths. Lovely. And from here, roll onto your back, please, and have your knees into your chest. So in a way, offsetting that back bend. You can rock on your lower back, on your spine. Maybe make circles. So circling from your right hip bone to your left hip bone. And vice versa. So then keep your knees just hovering above your tummy. Hold onto your right knee and extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. So we're just working with the weight of our legs. Just holding here, stretching for the right buttocks, the right thigh. So having holding onto the right knee and the left leg is extended up towards the ceiling. Slowly on the inhale, lower the left leg towards the earth. But don't bring it onto the earth. Let it hover for 2 or 3 breaths. And on the exhale, then bring the leg back up towards the ceiling, flexing perhaps the toe. Focusing in on your breath. Slowly lower on the inhale, the left leg down towards the earth. Just keep that leg straight as you release it down. Notice when is your leg about to make contact with the earth. Keep it floating 1 inch or 2 off the floor. Breathe. On the exhale, bring that left leg back up towards the ceiling. Flex your left foot. Soften. On the inhale, lower the left leg down again. Let it hover, let it float. For 2 more breaths. On the exhale, bring the leg back up. So flexing the left foot. Holding onto your right shin. And then bring both feet down towards the earth, releasing. So the knees are bent as you just soften. So the feet are on the earth, on the floor. The knees point upwards. So letting that psoas release into the earth. So lying on the floor, knees bent is always a very good posture for lower back issues. So with gravity, the lower back softens into the earth. Take 1 more deep belly breath into your navel center. And exhale, soften. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. So a little bit of a squeeze, perhaps pressing the lower back into the earth. Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Let it float up. Stay for 2 breaths. So just keeping that weight of your left leg and right leg pressing gently into the earth. And slowly begin to lower the right leg on the inhale. Activating your abdominals. Let it hover. Notice how far can you go down without placing it down. Hold here. Perhaps flex the right foot if it feels easier for tension, for contraction. Exhale, bring the right leg back up. As you get to the top, flex your right foot. So on the inhale, very slowly lower the right leg down towards the earth. So you can hold both arms around your left knee if that helps. Perhaps let it float, let it hover here. Breathe, activating through your tummy. On the exhale, bring your right leg back up. As you get to the top, flex your right foot. So letting just the weight of your lower back release. One deep breath. And then lower the right leg down towards the earth. Let it hover. Notice, where is your leg floating? Continue to hold and breathe. And then bring your leg back up on the exhale. Flexing the right foot. Last one here. Slowly release the right leg down. Let it hover an inch or so off the floor. Continue to breathe. And on the exhale, bring your leg back up. Flexing the right foot as you find kind of that resting posture. And then bring both feet down towards the earth, knees bent. So just allowing the lower back to soften. Breathe into your lower back. So breathe into your belly button area. So one more deep breath as the body settles. So keep your feet perhaps towards the outer edges of your mat and let your legs windscreen work from left to right. So decide how far away they are floating from the ground, if you want to bring them closer. So just explore any stretches around the side body. So releasing the lower back, softening for the side body. So you can let your head go in the opposite direction if that feels okay. So finding that softness also for the neck area, for the cervical spine. And then bring that movement back to stillness. Hold on to your right knee. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg away from you so that leg softens. The leg remains on the floor. Don't let it hover, so just stretching it out. So the more you kind of squeeze that right knee towards you, there's perhaps a bit more of a sensation on your left hip. So with your left hand, guide your right knee towards the left side. So we're coming into a twist. So, and roll the right shoulder back towards the earth. So your right leg might potentially hover in the earth. Your right knee might hover. Perhaps your right big toe makes contact with the earth. So we're coming into a twist. Your gaze can go towards your right arm, towards your right shoulder. So breathe into the right side of your body. So feel the weight of your right leg crossing over. Let the breath consciously soften that right hip, right waist area. So it untangles the spine, softens the lower back, and calms the mind as well. So 2 more breaths. And then slowly roll back into neutral. So you can hug your left knee in towards your chest. So keep that left leg kind of hugged in as you extend your right leg away from you. lengthening through the right hip. So keeping the right leg on the floor, and then with your right hand, guide your left knee over towards the right side. And then turn your left shoulder back towards the earth. So the left foot toes, the left toes might make contact with the earth. Your left knee floats. Using your right hand maybe to apply just a gentle weight onto your left knee. And uncrossing, and twisting through the left side of your waist. A couple of slow, deep breaths. So for every inhale, you create a little bit of room. With every exhale, the body might just move with gravity towards the earth. 2 more breaths. And then uncurl, unroll back to neutral. Perhaps hug both knees in towards your chest. Maybe bring your nose towards your knees. And then find eventually your setup in restful posture. Could be on your back, on your side, lying on your front, whatever is restful. So eyes closed or soft gaze. So our knees either bent or your legs stretched out in front of you. Arms perhaps alongside the body, palms facing up, allowing the shoulders to release. Feel all the different points of your body making contact with the earth. Notice how the body settles. All your bones, muscles, ligaments become really heavy. Feel that heaviness in your body. So connect to that softness in your breath as you feel the air moving in through your nose, flowing through your lungs, your chest, into your belly, and all the way down towards the tops of your toes. Visualizing the breath like a wave, bringing nourishments into all the different cells in your body. Let the breath expand, and let the breath soften the body. So perhaps visualizing you're breathing out any tension, any pain, any discomfort. And as you breathe in, bring in nourishment, strength, and softness into your body. Consciously relaxing your feet, shins and calves, your thighs, your pelvis. Softening your tummy, your chest, your upper back, your arms, your wrists, your fingers. Releasing your upper and your lower jaw as you soften muscles in your face, your skin. Soften your forehead and the top of your head. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Leave you for a few more moments, then I'll let you know when it's time to come back out. Very slowly and gradually bring deeper breaths back into your body. Bring movement into your fingers, your toes, wiggle your hands, wiggle your toes, maybe rock your head from side to side. And perhaps stretch your arms up overhead, stretching from fingertips to toes. Hug your knees back into your chest, maybe gentle rocking from side to side. And then roll over to one side. Stay there for a breath or two. And then slowly come back up into any seated position. Good. One more breath. Bring the arms up. The floating arms float back up. Exhale. Bring them back towards your heart center for Harmony, balance. Namaste. Thank you.